Hello, how is everyone? Sorry I haven't tuned in all week. It has actually been a really good week. I've had a balanced week. I don't know, I feel like I've been here but not been here, but in a good way, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what makes sense anymore. But yeah, energy wise, yeah, I felt like I've been grounded. At the start, I remember it was big energy. It's been big energy every day, but yeah, I feel like I'm pulling everything in and starting to understand everything, starting to understand me a lot better. And from that, feeling more comfortable with my environment, with my kids, understanding them better. It's really important at the moment too, I guess, for people that are parents to remember that even though we're going through all this stuff, so are our kids. Like, this energy is global. It's not just happening to us ourselves. It's happening to Mother Earth. It's happening to everyone. So remember that the kids are going through this as well. And I think that's been a big thing for me this week, because at the start of the week, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I did in my last one about the kids going haywire. And like, especially my little one, like struggling in different areas and with emotions and things like that. So basically I had to stop and go, okay, how can I work with this? Like, how can I help him? And it was basically just being present and grounding. I guess what we need, they need too, in a way, in a different way, because they see and feel things differently to what we do, as much as we'd want them to be us. And a lot of the times we forget and we think they are an extension of us. They are not. They are all individual little beings who all react differently to everything and energies around them. So it's, yeah, as a parent, it's about tuning into them and tuning into their needs, and I guess what they need for support at this present time, which is really important. Because we're all going through so much. So if we're going through stress and changes, we've got to be mindful that that energy affects the people around us as well, and especially the little ones who absorb everything. So if you're not in a good headspace, if you're not feeling good, don't get someone else to look after your children, or I don't know, go outside and make yourself feel better, and change the energy around you and around your kids. Be mindful of it. And be mindful too that, I don't know, it's come up a few times for me this week as well. Like, I think as single parents, you have to be really mindful that you aren't looking at your children to meet your needs. So if you're in need of love, if you're in need of attention, if you're in need of company, all these things we should be going within ourselves to source and find, and we have all that in there, and we should not be needing outside of ourselves. This is the whole thing about learning to love ourselves and learning to be with ourselves. And I've noticed that a lot of people live through their children, or I guess I have been guilty of it in the past too, have relied on their children, like when they're feeling down or upset, like when they're in need of love or attention, they turn to their little ones. I need a cuddle, I need love. Like, and for kids, like, they struggle with balancing and learning and integrating themselves. And I think this is draining for kids if we're needing stuff from them when we shouldn't. We should be supporting them and guiding them and nurturing them and providing an environment for them to work all that part out on their own, if that makes sense. So just being mindful of what you're going through and how it's affecting your environment around you. And if it's not affecting good, then make some changes, shift and change. It's never too late. And you know what? I always say to my older kids, like, there is no instruction booklet. And you know what? Once upon a time, I didn't know. I was just functioning, getting through life the best way I could, in order to keep you guys going. Like, I didn't know it would affect or what would affect. And now I can look back and see what did and how it did. And you know what? I'm so much more mindful of that now with my little one. And yeah, I learned, and I take all those lessons on board. And I think where we're going, and how we're growing within ourselves, we need to be, I don't know, the kids are our future. So we need to be looking at how, and I know a lot of the kids that are coming through, especially teenagers, are struggling mentally. They're coming through with ADHD, or being labeled with autism or Asperger's or OCD, or yeah, they've got anxiety or depression. And how do we stop that? How do we look at all of that? And this is part of my mission and purpose, I guess, is to help these kids and find ways of helping them clear that, channel that. I think a lot of them don't have channels for energy, or good channels anyway, and that blocks it. So, but yeah, sorry, I'm doing another in-depth. I come on last time, I think I did an in-depth, and I'm doing another one today. It's just coming out. I didn't even think about what I was going to talk about today. It's just coming out, so I apologize profusely. But yeah, I think because where I'm at now, I'm sitting right in my mission and purpose, where I'm going. How do I do this? What is the next step? Like, how do I get to all these places where I want to go? And like, I've been given the opportunity to organize kids nightclub dance on the Central Coast, so from 14 to 17. Whilst organizing, I have to do some research on how we would get those kids there. So I've asked my own children, I guess, because I've got two 16-year-olds and a 19-year-old, like, what would work, what would get kids there, because a lot of them just hang out at the beaches and parks and drink alcohol and drugs and bits and pieces. I'm like, what would it take to get kids to an underage nightclub? And they're like, that, just say that, as long as you don't say health, healing, all my stuff, which I want to take there, but I can't because they're kids. And if you say that, they're like, don't want nothing to do with that. But yeah, I guess when we were younger, we used to have blue light discos and things like that, and it was fun, and we did used to dance, and we didn't have to drink. So I'm sure there was people that did, or I know there was people that did, and there probably still will be people that do that. But yeah, there was an outlet for kids to go and for kids to release and vent and have fun, which we're lacking now, because especially on the coast where I live, they just go and hang at the beaches and the car parks and the parks, and yeah, end up in fights, and yeah, it's just not cool. But yeah, so as I was saying, I'm sort of sitting in my mission and purpose at the moment and working out the steps as to how I get there. I'm talking to people, I'm doing a bit of research. My energy healing has taken off. It's, yeah, I've just sort of, I don't know, my magic is coming through. Everything's shifting and changing within me. Like, every single day there's something new, something magic happens, and I'm just going with the flow, and I love it, absolutely love it. But yeah, now I'm sitting here talking, I've got so many things I want to say and I can't get them all out at once. I think a really big thing at this present time is staying grounded too. I've been grounding like 20,000 times a day because we've got so much coming in and the energies are so big. Keep breathing and pulling in all your strands, all your past lives, all your abilities, all your powers, all your magic. Breathe them in. And yeah, center, anchor to Mother Earth, and keep doing it. It doesn't matter how many times a day you have to do it. Keep doing it because it's really, really important at the moment. And if you've got little ones, do it for them too. Like, just see them see the energy going through them and down to Mother Earth and anchoring them as well if they're flying off the charts. Put your hand on the head and the energy going straight through them down to Mother Earth and anchoring them to the Earth's core. So many different ways to do it. Get them to climb a tree. Get them to roll in the grass. I don't know. But yeah, like, stay grounded at the moment. Eat really good. Drink lots of water. Like, I don't know. I just can't seem to get enough water at the moment. And yeah, listening to your body. My body's speaking to me loud and clear at the moment, and it's like, it needs to be healthy. It needs me to be fit. I don't know. Like, as I said, I went to a dance the other week. It nearly killed me. I couldn't stop dancing the whole time I was there. I was like, right, I need to get fit. If I'm going to do this, and this is going to be like part of my mission and purpose, then I need to like fully get fit, like cardio fit, not just like muscle fit. So yeah, that's my drive at the moment. And I'm going back. I've been doing my counselling diploma. I'm determined to finish that in the next couple of months as well. So big things happening, and I think for everyone it's the same, it's similar, like shifting, changing. And as I said last time too, like things will start to feel weird and uncomfortable. Relationships, workplaces, things like that. Don't just chuck everything in. It's about going within you, learning about you and what's coming through, and why these things are feeling different, why these things are feeling weird. Because it's not them, it's you. So sitting with you, learning about you, and then what you can bring into that, that will make you feel better. So yeah, it's not about just chucking everything out and starting over. As I said, some people may do that, but realistically in this day and age, if you've got kids and relationships and responsibilities, which we all have, you can't do that. So go into you, sit with you, find some you time, and yeah, try and work out what's going on within you that's making you feel like that, and then shift and change bits and pieces slowly so that you don't feel like that. So it's not that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do know. And owning what you've got coming through is really big at the moment. I've had a few clients coming through, and like, I have a lady, and she can just see everyone's past lives, and she's like, I think I'm creating. I said, you're not creating it. I said, this is, like, she told me one of mine, I felt it. Like, you can feel truth. When people are speaking truth to you, or you're speaking truth, you get the little tingles all over you. It's like magic. That's when you know you're talking your truth, and that's when you know someone else is speaking their truth. And like, this lady's telling me about one of my past lives. I said, you're not creating it. I can feel it. I can actually feel it inside what you're saying. I said, I know you're speaking my truth and the truth. And yeah, I have this ability to be able to look in people's eyes, and I just know that they have this immense ability and power and soul talents and things like that. And the people that have been coming through, holy moly, huge, absolutely huge. And anyways, own it. If you've got stuff coming through, like, don't be scared. Like, sit with it and bring it in, call it in, and own this magic that is you and is coming through, because we're all about creating new. So we're creating new, it's bringing all the old, and it's like, I don't know, the energies at the moment are allowing us, and I guess our environments are allowing us to create new ways and new things. And yeah, it's like, but enjoy the old coming through as well, because we've got old magic coming in as well in order to create this new. So own you and all that's coming through, and don't be scared to say, own it. It's part of you, and you'll feel it, and you'll know it. Don't ignore it. Own it. I think that's all I've got to say, because I've said heaps today. I filled you in for the whole week, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's it. Look after yourselves. Meditate. Eat well, and drink lots of water. And be present with your kids, be present with you, stay in the day, stay in the moment. Really important at the moment, because you go too far ahead and you just, I don't know, your head, your energy becomes scattered immediately when you start to think ahead. Keep it right here, right now, right in this present moment, because now's where you need it. And you don't know if you're here tomorrow, but you know you're here now, today. Make the most of it, and make the most of your children. I was thinking about it this morning, about time, and you know what? We take time for granted. We take every bit of it for granted, and it's so important. Like, I don't know, like when my little one is with his dad, like today I was like, I've been so present with him all week, and like I was really missing him this morning. Like I'm usually pretty good most times, and like it's like the more present we are, the more appreciative we are of that present moment and of that situation. And I don't know, it affects us differently. We feel about it differently. I have to sit with this because I could feel it this morning. I was looking at time. I was thinking, like, time, there is no guaranteed time. So make the most of every minute, every moment, no matter what you're doing. And I was just driving. I'm like, I'm making the most of this drive, this time on my own, like this peace, this quiet. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I think I felt gratitude for the time and what I was doing. And it was like, okay, this is a shift again inside. It's like all these new bits and pieces and new layers are dropping in and feeling into it. But yeah, stay in the present and think about time and how it affects and doesn't affect, and what it feels like when you're staying in the present to going ahead or going behind. And yeah, feel it for yourself. Love you guys. I'm sorry if I've confused you, because I'm confused most days too. But yeah, love you. Take care of this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.